Hello, what I want to show you is the next stage of the sorrel. Now, sorrel is a perennial, and a perennial is a plant that you plant in the garden and it comes up every year. It will die back in the autumn and across the winter, and you'll think, oh my god, it's gone, but then miraculously it's wonderful and it will grow back again in the spring. Now, sorrel is a perennial, and here is my sorrel, with a little bit of a grass in there, which we don't clearly want. It's been doing very, very well. I sowed this in this tray, just in normal multi-purpose compost. It's been living in the greenhouse, and it will eventually go outside in the garden, but it's not quite ready to go. It's not quite big enough. The temperature outside is fine for it to go out, and it's actually been sitting outside on the table to sort of acclimatise. But what I'm going to do now, before I plant it out into the herb patch, is I'm going to plant it out into slightly bigger pots. Then it can get bigger, and then eventually I will plant it out into the garden. If I plant it out like it is now, then it will most probably get overtaken with everything else that is there in the herb patch, especially the mint, because the mint is going ballistic. I do have a little space there that I will eventually put it in, but I just need it to get just a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to show you what to do. Right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to get, this is a little 3-inch pot, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some soil in the bottom. I'm not going to prick these out individually because that would just take forever and a day. But what I am going to do, oh look, I can take an entire section out here. You can see the roots underneath. I could have separated this slightly earlier on, but I've been very, very busy. So it's been quite happy sitting in this tray all by itself. But there are all the roots now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide them up into clumps and plant them in the little pots on their own. Okay, so that's a little clump, I would say. Okay, you don't want too few in there, because when they get a bit bigger and they go outside, if they're too small, then they won't survive with all the other big bushes that are in there. So just pop that in like that. You can plant it a little bit lower than it is, but not much lower than it was in this compost here. Okay, so just pop it in and then just backfill it just like that. So fill up all the little spaces. It does need lots of water, this. Once it gets established outside, it doesn't need watering a huge amount, because it will find water down, it will send roots down and it will find water. But when it's in little pots like this, make sure you keep it watered well. Now, most probably in about 3-4 weeks, depending on the weather, it will then be big enough to then move outside, but I will show you that. So that's one of them done. I'll just do the rest and then I'll give them a water. Now, these don't need to stay in the greenhouse now because it's nice and warm outside. So when you first sow them under glass in a greenhouse, or you know, whatever you've got, a little cold frame or whatever. But once all worry of frost has gone in your area, then they'll be quite happy to sit outside. So I'll divide these all up into little 3-inch pots, and I'll leave them out in the garden, most probably on the table, and then I can keep an eye on them, and then when they're just a little bit bigger, in about 3 or 4 weeks time, then I will plant them out in the space in the herb patch. Now, sorrel is a really nice herb. It's not used as much as it should be. You need to eat the leaves when they're quite small. The bigger they get, the bitterer they become. So it just depends how much bitterness you like. Okay, so I would suggest picking them when the leaves are about that size and half again, a bit bigger. Okay, so just try one and see, but they're lovely if you chop a few, because this is red veined. It gives such a lovely colour, but they're really nice if you pick some and you chop them up, and then you can stick them in an omelette or scrambled egg or something like that, and they're really nice. But you could also use them in a mixed salad. So that's your cooking lesson done. So I will carry on with these, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.